If you're anything like me, you probably care very much about keeping your old 100-year-old house as temperate as possible during the cold months of winter. And so you've probably thought, just like I have, about getting some foam or some type of insulation into your old walls. Welcome back to Spirit of a Handyman. This is my 1911 little craftsman home. It's a great little house. Originally designed with a coal fireplace and asbestos shingles, no insulation in the walls. So when USA Insulation came to my house and gave me a quote, I was very excited because they can retrofit a house with insulation by blowing in foam through the exterior. Very minimal mess on the inside and brings an R factor to a house that otherwise doesn't have an R factor. So especially for the winter, I was very excited about that prospect. The salesperson came to my house and initially was talking about doing the walls and doing some blow-in insulation in the attic. We decided we didn't want to do the attic because we still have some storage up there. So we realized we would be losing some of the insulating factor by not having the attic done, but still thought doing the walls would be a good idea. Salesperson said we would be saving at least $75 a month, more like $100 a month on our utility bills. So that sounded like a no-brainer. They were going to do 0% financing over a 5-year payment period. So I thought, that's a no-brainer. We're going to save $75 a month. The payment is $76 a month. So let's do it. I'm here to tell you I'm not very pleased. So here are the problems that I have with USA Insulation. First of all, when they came and did the install, the guys did not do a very thorough job at blowing the insulation all the way up the wall cavities and all the way down. They filled the middle, but they didn't take the time to make sure that the foam was going to the extreme upper and lower portions of the wall. These are 10-foot interior walls, so my guess is that they were just going with like the average 8-foot wall. I typically fill each cavity for about this long. So as a result, I had to call USA Insulation the following winter, have them come out. They use a thermal gun and they check areas that were not properly filled, which they honored their word. They warrantied it. They came back out and they filled up those crevices. But that means that they had to come out the following year, take off the siding, chip in new holes through the asbestos shingles, and then blow in and fill in the holes. The following year, I felt like I still was feeling some cold patches. Called them up, they came out with a thermal gun. Sure enough, there still were missing areas. So they've had to come out to my house 3 different times in order to fill in these walls. Now, that's not too bad. I mean, they've warrantied it, and the payment plan is still 0% APR at $76 a month. However, the utility bills have not gone down at all. Let me give you a closer look at what those utility bills actually are month by month. So I've been recording the utility bills for the last 6 years, 4 years before getting the foam and the 2 years since getting the foam. I've kept track of the overall bill amount, how much gas usage there was, what the gas price was, what the electric usage was, and what the electric price was. For the purposes of this video, all I'm really interested in are the winter bills. So I'm gonna only check out the December through March bills. My old bill average was $172.78. My new bill average these last 2 years has been $180.22. So actually my bills have gone up by $8 every month on average. But that's not necessarily an indicator of how well the foam has been doing. Instead, let's look at the gas usage. Gas usage was $118.81 for my old bills, and on average, 82 units of gas per month on the new bills, which is a 31% decrease. So hey, that's a good thing, right? Saving 31% energy is a good deal. Except that the cost per unit of gas was 46 cents per unit back before the change. Recently, it's been 38 cents. But let's just go ahead and say, let's use this number as the guide. If I was still using the old system, no foam in my walls, and this average was still true, then 118 units of gas at 38 cents would be $45.74 for each bill. My new bill for 82 units at 38 cents would be $31.57, which means I would be saving a whopping $14.17 by using foam instead of not using foam. So you tell me, is the $5,000 investment for blowing in foam into your house and having a more comfortable living space worth $14 off of your utility bills a month?
If you really want to do insulation, I would suggest doing it yourself and save the money that way, because it definitely is not worthwhile to pay another company to come in.
The salesman did a great job saying, I can save you $75 a month on your utility bills, but what I should have checked is the fixed rate costs on those utility bills. So I've dredged up the last 6 years of bills, and sure enough, about $70 worth of my utility bills each month is a fixed rate thing. It's the delivery riders, it's what it costs to have gas and electric turned on to your house, the taxes into those things. So all things considered, I don't think he could have saved me $70 because my summertime bill is $100. I'm already gonna spend $70 in the month of April regardless of whether I have foam or no foam. My bill is the part I'm actually in control of is only $30 a month. You can't possibly save that much money. If I had it to do again, I wouldn't, because I would have thought through that. But as it was a great sales pitch. They got me. I went ahead and blew that insulation in and really haven't noticed a great effect from that. I really hope that this video is helpful for you, that you feel educated and empowered to make a wise decision as to whether you want to retrofit your old house with expanding foam or some kind of foam product. My personal advice is it's not worth the money, but I would love to hear from you. If you have also done this and it's been a success for you, please comment below. I would love to hear your story. In the meantime, stay tuned for more tips from Spirit of a Handyman.